which is a part of a much bigger picture that is Wotever world. And I think that is important to know, because Club Wotever is just one little part of it. Because then we have Bar Wotever, we have Club Fuck, we have, you know, various other things happening under the Wotever world thing. And so Club Wotever started many years ago as a space and a place where people could meet, and where gender and sexuality and, you know, where you were from or anything like that was the important thing. The important thing were, you know, meeting people who you like to hang with. And a lot of us who were coming to Club Wotever, well, you know, I created it, but, you know, people who came in the beginning were, you know, maybe not all the time happy to only go to lesbian bars or only go to gay bars or hanging with the straight mates, or, you know, so we wanted to have a space and a place where you could come with your straight brother and your lesbian workmate, and all three of you had a good time out. And from the beginning it was very, very important about performance, because the performance on stage and in the space at Club Wotever is also telling stories and learning things and, you know, teaching things. But also what was important was the dressing up thing. So people who came, they performed in a way of dressing up, maybe as they always wanted to be, or had hoped to be, or just played around with different characters and things like that.
Why, with this particular community, is performance so important? You know, I mean, it happens in a lot of other communities, don't get me wrong, and a lot of work on equalities and pride and everything else is about performance. But particularly with the trans, queer community, performance is crucial.
I think it is a way of storytelling, or, you know, continue history or pieces you're learning from the performances. So I think it is that you can, as we talked about before, you can, you know, go up there and perform, and if you're telling your story, other people hearing it and feeling, oh my God, I share the same background or thinking as you do. So you as a performer are doing it for people that then recognize themselves in a way that they maybe haven't been able to do anywhere else outside, what you say, than this community. Because we all are brought up with certain ways of being and stories and media and television and performance, but it doesn't tell our stories. But in our community, it's like with any, you know, ethnic, you know, culture as well. Stories, singing, you know, things that makes it, we understand who we are. But the only thing we can do to make changes is to get together, learning from each other, and together kind of like feeling strong and powerful. So when things happen to us, we're not taking it, we're sort of like fighting back, or at least we're having support from other people that we can talk to or share things.
The sun would stream on the sheets, woken by the morning bird, read by the Sunday newspaper.
One of my next projects is to work with a collaborator to create a show about family dynamics, you know, the difficulties of growing up different. And the ideal, what we really want to do with it is, you know, show it in London and do it in these places and then take it out and go anywhere we can that will have us, but especially places where this kind of performance isn't shown. So outside of major cities and outside of like cultural hubs where, you know, we don't want to be in, you know, we love to show in London, but to go somewhere in England or in Europe or America, if they'll have us, you know, or anywhere else they'll take us, that just sort of take a show that is about being different with family. And that doesn't necessarily need to be about gender and sexuality, it could be about anything. You know, as you cross country, as you cross border, of any kind, you know, whether that be identity borders or national borders, you're dealing with difference, you know, and the idea that there is difference, and truly is, but there are also these common experiences that exist cross-culturally, especially in patriarchal, homophobic, you know, transphobic cultures that we all exist in. You have to, there is common ground, obviously, and so sometimes it's wonderful, truly wonderful to be able to do a performance or anything that speaks and shows for the things that we really do have in common, no matter our differences in language or...
It's not our revolution if we can't dance. So, sense of humor, having a good dance and laugh and things like that is really important within this as well. So, things should say something, teach something, but you should also feel good about it.